very cold outside today in Florida. I think the high is supposed to be like low 50s today. Right now it's probably low 40s with it feels like in the mid 30s because of the wind. And a couple of days ago, my firewood pile fell over. I knew it was going to. It was stacked way too high and just not stable. I didn't really care because I knew I was gonna redo it at some point anyway. I want to stack it by species, so I have some pine, some oak, and some hickory. So I'm gonna try and rework this stuff. It's gonna be a pain. Needed to do it anyway, so it falling over was just the push I needed to do it. First thing I'm gonna do is go grab the tractor and then use it to take this trailer back over to the garage and the barn so I can get all the materials I need. And then I'll bring them back over here and get started making that stuff. I'm probably gonna knock that one down and redo it because there's a nice bow in the wood because I don't know why I laid it flat like that. But I'm just gonna knock all these down, take them apart, and redo the whole thing. Because why not? Silly little Sushi got spooked by the tractor and Carrot because she's out here running around with me and decided to climb up a tree. He climbs these trees all the time, but this is a weird one. He'll be able to figure out how to get down from here. Oh, you about to? You can do it, Goose. Oh yeah, oh yeah, cathartic. There we go, attaboy. What a good explorer kitty. Just a dang good farm cat, you know? No fear. Go ahead, Goose. Look at that speed. Headed off to the garage, no doubt. I brought the tractor and I took that stuff. I just got some wood, a circular saw, some screws, and an impact driver, and that's really all I'm gonna need. I got some more cinder blocks sitting over there. I got these 2. I got 4 up under there, so I'm gonna use that. I might document like how I'm doing it too, because I know I didn't really do that last time I put these up, so it's pretty easy to make. All right, so I'm just gonna unceremoniously topple this bad boy. Oh, a lot of weight and wood on this thing. There we go. She's free. Each one of those was about 6 foot long, so I think that's what I might do for the rest of them. Just make them all 6 foot long. Might go a little bit bigger. That one was too long. That was like a full 16-foot board. I might reuse these little things. I don't know yet. Gotta figure out how I want to do it. All right, so I just have 2 regular cinder blocks, CMU block, whatever you want to call it, with 2 6-foot 2x4s laid strong side up like you would a joist. And then I am going to reuse these little pieces. So I'm just going to take these things. This is literally leftover tongue and groove scraps that we had from when we did the ceiling in the house, and then leftover furring strips from the ceiling that I cobbled together as kind of a brace. So I'm going to set these. Might have to redo this a little bit. I gotta go find some more appropriately sized screws. If there's one thing you can never have too many of, it's good structural wood screws. And money. Money too. Then I'm taking these old pieces here and then attaching these pieces to kind of give it a little bit more rigidity. All right. Got one side, so I'll do the other side now. Probably gonna make the rest of them less complicated than this. This is just the materials that I had to work with the first time, so this is what I did. All right. Now I'm just gonna put the other 4 on there, kind of relatively evenly spaced. Doesn't have to be that evenly spaced. Then I'll lay the wood back out on here. And that should be a lot sturdier than the other one, and I won't pile it quite as high. This one shall be the hickory pile, because that's going to be the easiest to get to. To break up the monotony, I'm going to stack all the hickory wood on this now. Well, I definitely underestimated how much hickory I had in this pile, because this is all hickory, and I still probably got at least another half of these worth over on the ground over there, and then probably 3 of these worth of oak. I've stood and thought for a second. I'm gonna go ahead and build the second one right there, similar to this one, fill it up with whatever hickory is left. Then I'm gonna knock that down, flip the boards, fill it up with oak, and then whatever I got left over, I'll figure out what to do with. For this one, I just used 2 12-foot 2x4s, 2 CMUs, and then I cut the 2x4s into 8-foot sections, and I had 2 more that I'm going to use later, but I had basically 4 4-foot sections left over and 2 8-foot sections. I'm not even going to connect these at the top. I'm just going to stack the wood on it like this, and this will hold fine. So I'm going to go ahead. I separated out into hickory and oak for here. I think I'm going to go ahead and put the hickory on here, because I got more coming, and then I'll put oak on here, and then probably have to build another one for more oak wood. And then I might just get a pallet, because I have a very small amount of pine, and I might just stack the pine on the pallet. All right, that's all I feel like doing today. In hindsight, when I bucked this wood, which is like when you cut it up into strips before you chop it, I wish I had done them on a more consistent length, because I got all sorts of lengths on this hickory. And I mean, I bucked all this myself, so I could have definitely done a better job. I got more that I need, that tree that fell over in a different video you saw me cutting down parts of it. That's what all this came from. I bucked it and then chopped it out here. I'll have a second chance to do it better on the next one. But yeah, that's what the storage looks like. That's all hickory, that's all hickory, that's all oak. All back there is oak. And then this back here is pine. And then that's just scraps that'll burn next time I have a big fire. But there's still a burn ban going on, so I won't have a fire for a while. And if I do, it'll just be a really small like campfire. But I'm gonna do the rest of this another day, because it's cold and my nose is running, so I'm going inside. Back out for day 2. I went to the eye doctor today and got my eyes dilated, so I can't see much of anything at the moment. That's why I have sunglasses on, because it's really bright out here. Hickory, hickory, oak. I'm gonna take that down, rebuild it, and put the oak back on there. It was a lot nicer out here today than I thought it would, with how cold it was this morning. We had a frost in Central Florida. That was crazy. Got this one set up with the boards turned up. Need to move that block a little bit before I start loading it down. But yeah, and then I added some supports on the back of those 2x4s over there on that hickory setup. I think it's as good as it's gonna be. I just hope that one there, the hickory one, I'm worried about toppling a little bit, just because I bucked the pieces at such weird lengths. Whatever, if it falls, it falls. I'll restack it in a better way. I'll buck the new stuff a little bit better, and then restack it a little bit better too. Back to it, stacking time. I was sitting here thinking, man, I really overestimated how much oak I had. And then I remembered all this back here. Completely forgot about that. All the hickory's good, and found a couple more pieces in that pile. All the oak from the original stack over here, but now I gotta move the stuff from here to there. Probably gonna need to build another one. And then I'm gonna need to build one for that pine too. I underestimated how much pine I had. I'm just being anal about this now, but I don't like the fact that the smaller one of these has more wood on it than the bigger one, so I'm literally going to take the wood off the smaller one and fill up the bigger one. And if it all fits on there, then I'll use that one for the oak or the pine. Maybe both. Just kind of split down the middle. This is fun for me. The neurotic part of me really wants to fit all this hickory on one stand. But the logical part of me realizes that putting that over there is going to cause it to topple like the last one did. I mean, this one's stacked really high, but it's not. I mean, I have braces on both sides. It feels, you know, it feels pretty good. I don't think it's just gonna randomly blow over. It might, but maybe I'll attach a board going up here as a bracer or something. That one is gonna be fine. This one's a little tall. Maybe I'll make the 2x4s on the side shorter next time, but we'll see how it does. We get some pretty big winds here in the next week or two. This one, I'm actually gonna pick it up with the pallet forks with the tractor and then move it over because I want a space in between it. Like, I can't walk through there. I didn't think about that before, but I do want to be able to walk through there, so I'm gonna do that real quick. All right, I'm okay with that for now. I got more hickory coming anyway, so I'll be able to fill this up, no problem. I'm gonna build a small thing over there for the pine. And then I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put the rest of the oak. There's not a ton of it left. I mean, there is some that I still gotta cut up. A lot of this is just misshapen that I need to burn next time I have a big brush fire. That I need to chop. The rest of this is oak. That over there is pine. I think I know what I'm gonna do, but we'll see how it turns out. All right, I got this one all set up. I've built every single one of these things slightly differently. Whatever. Looks kind of cool. It's hodgepodge. I used the tractor to get all the pine wood in the bucket and then brought it over here so I could stack it easier. So I'm gonna get started doing that. That's it. That's the video. I got some hickory over here that's got a season. I'm gonna add more to this later. Matter of fact, that's a hickory log that I got split. It's gonna be hard to split because it got that Y in it. Have to cut it up a little bit more. That's all seasoned oak. That hickory probably won't be ready for another year. And this is all pine on the left, oak on the right, and both of those are seasoned. Some of that pine's a little rotted, but a lot of it's pretty good pine. Burns bright, burns hot. It doesn't burn, it doesn't give as much heat as oak or hickory, but it burns really bright. It's cool to have at a campfire, you know, throw a piece of pine in there with the oak or the hickory, and it'll just get real bright so you can see. But yeah, that's all I wanted to do for this video. I wanted to get all this cleaned up. I mean, there's still a bunch of stuff I got to clean up out here. That's my chopping block. That's going to stay. That over there is where I sharpen my axes and my chainsaw. That's going to stay. I need to rake up all this debris and do something with it so the grass doesn't die out. I got to burn all this brush. I'm not going to keep any of it. Those are all hickory limbs. I might do something with some of the bigger ones, but the rest of it I'll just burn as brush. And then this stuff is all stuff that couldn't be split into like reasonable pieces of firewood, and I'll throw it on bigger fires when we have them. That's a Christmas tree I got to burn, and then there's some other small kindling stuff that I'm gonna keep. But yeah, it's a nice little campsite. I still don't know what I'm gonna do with that oak root ball over there, but we'll figure that out later. Anyway, see you next time.